And in Toronto with two fatal shootings in as many days. The latest one happened in the city's Black Creek neighborhood. And for more on this, let's go live now to Arda, who looks like she's getting an update. Arda.
And we have homicide detective Jason Shankaran here with us. Detective, can you tell us what happened?
That's correct. In the early morning hours of this morning, a 45-year-old male victim was out front of 5 Shoreham Court. He was there. He has an association with this neighborhood. He has family and friends that live here. Unknown assailants, one unknown assailant approached him, armed with a firearm, and fired repeatedly at his back. Our victim was pronounced here at the scene. The assailants fled in a vehicle. At this time, we're conducting extensive video canvass. We're also appealing to members of the public to come forward. We're appealing for any witnesses. If you have any information whatsoever, no matter how seemingly insignificant, it could be very significant to us, and we appeal for that information to come from the public.
Can you tell us about the suspect vehicle?
At this point, I can't give a description of the vehicle, but we are following the evidence that's in front of us.
And there are cameras all around here. Can you tell us if you found anything on that?
That's correct. There are cameras right now. Right now, we're looking, we're utilizing our partners from Toronto Community Housing, and they're being of assistance, downloading video for us right now. The video itself, as you can see, there are many bubble cameras around here, and that's what we're looking at right now.
Where does the victim live?
I'm not going to say where he lives specifically. I can say that he does have an association to this neighborhood. He does have friends and family that live here.
Now, there was a shooting not far from here, about a minute up the road, less than 24 hours before this happened. Are you looking at any possible connections between the two?
Right now, we have no information or evidence that would say the two are connected. But obviously, the proximity, the location, the timing of the two incidents are going to be looked at, and the investigative teams from each homicide will be conferring with each other.
And Detective, you can understand that many of these residents are shaken. Some say they don't want to leave their house anymore at night. What can you say to them?
I can say that the officers at 31 Division, the community response unit there, have been doing a very, very proactive job trying to engage with members of the community to help them feel safe. And I do know that those same officers are going to be out here tonight and every night from here on in to try and get that feeling of safety for those members to be at the levels where they should be.
With that being said, is it, you know, this community doesn't have the greatest relationship with police. Is it tough for you guys to make them feel that safety when, you know, the witnesses we've spoke with this morning say that they don't want you around?
Well, I think that's a small number of people. I think the vast majority of people, just looking at the notes that I have today, I can honestly tell you that the vast majority of people in this neighborhood do want us around and do want us to help solve this murder.
Are they cooperating?
Absolutely, yes they are.
What can the community do to help? A lot of them say that they're fed up with this.
As we all are as a city, we're all fed up with people getting senselessly gunned down in any neighborhood, that whether it be here on Shoreham Court or in downtown Toronto. I would say that every citizen in the city, every good citizen in the city, is fed up with that. That's not just here up in this neighborhood.
I understand the victim was shot multiple times. There were multiple shell casings found in the area. Are we looking at one shooter, two shooters? How many rounds were fired? Any information like that at this point?
At this point, we're looking at one shooter.
And how many rounds were fired? How many times was the victim shot?
I can't get into the specifics of that evidence right now, but I can tell you that it was one person who likely did the shooting.
And it appears to be a targeted attack?
I can say that I can't say that this victim was targeted for being who he was, but I can say that it does appear that he was targeted for being in the neighborhood that he was.
Is he known to police?
I'm not going to get into that.
Does he have family? Did you notify next of kin?
He does have family, and he has family that loves him a great deal, and they are distraught. And I know that the message that they would want me to pass along is that their loved one was murdered today for no good reason. And I appeal to those that are watching this right now. If you know who did this or have a sense of why this may have happened, please either call me directly at 808-7400, or if you want to remain anonymous, call me at Crime Stoppers.
And Detective, you say this victim was targeted because of the neighborhood that he was in. What does that say for the other residents that live here?
Well, I would say that that the police, the members of 31 Division, are going to be here trying to allay the fears that community members would have. And the police are here to keep people safe, and that's what we're going to keep trying to do.
Is this a turf war kind of thing?
I can't say. Thank you.
Do we know if it was gang related?
I don't know.
Detective, that was one shooter, one driver?
That would be the case. One driver would be ultimately
Same person.
yeah.
And what was the distance from the car to where the shooting took place, as best you're able to tell?
I can't give you that information right now without potentially being inaccurate. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That is Detective Jason Shankaran. Thank you so much for that, homicide detective, with this. And he says a 45-year-old man was shot. He says he has friends and family in this neighborhood, people that he knows well. We'll keep you updated from the scene. This is at Shoreham Court and Shoreham Drive, just a block away from York University. Back to you.